Emotional intelligence is a critical component of effective leadership. And interpersonal interactions, particularly in diverse and multicultural environments. It involves the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions as well as the emotions of others. There's an in-depth look at the various aspects of emotional intelligence and its importance. Self-awareness. This is the foundational element of EI. It refers to the ability to recognize and understand one's own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, values, and drivers, and how they affect others. Self-aware leaders are better equipped to manage their emotions and make decisions that are aligned with their values. Self-regulation. This involves controlling or redirecting disruptive emotions and impulses and adapt, adapting to changing circumstances. Leaders with high self-regulation don't allow themselves to become too angry or jealous. And they don't make impulsive, careless decisions. They think before acting and remain calm and clear-headed under pressure. Motivation. Emotionally intelligent leaders are motivated by things beyond external reward. Like fame, money, and recognition. They are driven by a passion to fulfill their embassy. This is perhaps one of the most critical aspects of AI, especially in diverse environments. Empathy involves understanding and considering others' feelings. Especially when making decisions. It allows leaders to connect with people from different backgrounds and cultures, and to understand their perspectives and needs. Social skills. Good social skills are associated with high EI. This includes skills like effective communications, conflict resolution, building and maintaining relationships, inspiring and influencing others, and managing teams effectively. It's about being able to build rapport and connect with others on a deep level. Understanding and managing relationships. Leaders with high EI are adept at managing relations. These understand the dynamics and the needs of different relationships and can navigate and handle them sensitively and tactfully. Cultural sensitivity in a diverse environment. Emotional intelligence involves being sensitive to and respectful of cultural differences. This includes understanding how culture influences emotions and expressions and adjusting one's approach accordingly. Conflict resolution. Emotionally intelligent leaders are skilled at handling conflicts. They can navigate disagreements in a way that respect all parties involved and can often find a solution that is acceptable to everyone. Feedback reception and delivery. Leaders with high EI can give and receive feedback constructively. They see feedback as an opportunity for growth and learning. Ask for themselves and others. Adaptability and flexibility, the ability to adapt to different personalities. And situation is key part of EI. Leaders need to be flexible in their approach and be able to adjust their behavior and strategies according to the situation. Inspirational leadership, emotionally intelligent leaders often possess the ability to inspire and motivate others. They can articulate a clear vision and passion that resonates with their teams and stakeholders, driving collective enthusiasm towards common goals. Self-care and resilience. High EI also involves taking care of oneself emotionally. This includes recognizing when you are stressed, burned out, or emotionally drained, and taking steps to restore your emotional energy. Continuous learning and growth. Emotional intelligence can be developed and strengthened over time. This involves being open to learning, seeking feedback, reflecting on one's own behavior, and continuously working on improving one's emotional skills. empathetic listening. This goes beyond just hearing what someone says. It involves truly understanding and emphasizing with the speaker, which is crucial for building trust and deeper relationships. Innovation and creativity are indispensable traits for global leaders, especially in an era marked by rapid technological advances and ever-evolving global challenges. Being open to new ideas and approaches, and fostering an environment where innovation and creativity thrive, and fostering are crucial for developing solutions to complex international problems. Here's a detailed exploration of these concepts. Fostering a culture of innovation. Global leaders must create an organizational culture that values and encourages innovation. This means creating a safe space for taking risks, experimenting and learning from failures, encouraging out of the box, thinking and challenging the status quo are essential aspects of this culture. Diversity and inclusion. A diverse workforce brings together varied perspectives. Experiences and ideas, which is the bedrock of creativity. Inclusion ensures that these diverse voices are heard and valued. Leaders must actively work to build and maintain diversity and inclusivity in their teams and organizations. Cross-cultural collaboration, innovation open, happens at the intersection of different fields and culture. By encouraging collaborations across geographical and cultural boundaries, leaders can foster a rich exchange of ideas and approaches, leading to more innovative solutions. Continuous learning and curiosity, keeping up with the latest trends, technologies, and theories is essential for innovation. Global leaders should cultivate a mindset of continuous learning and curiosity, both within themselves and their organizations. Encouraging autonomy and empowerment. giving team members the autonomy to explore their ideas and the power to make decisions can significantly boost creativity. Empowered employees are more likely to take initiative and come up with innovative solutions. Leveraging technology for innovation. Technology is the key driver of innovation. Understanding and leveraging the latest technological tools and trends can lead to significant breakthroughs in how problems are approached and solved. Problem-solving approach. Creative problem-solving requires looking at challenges from different angles and using lateral thinking. This involves questioning assumptions, reframing problems, and considering various alternatives. Openness to global trends and ideas, being aware of and open to global trends. Ideas and methodologies can provide fresh insights and inspire innovative solutions. This requires leaders to have a broad global perspective. Strategic risk taking. Innovation involves risks. Leaders must be willing to take calculated risks and encourage their teams to do the same. This involves making informed decisions that balance potential rewards with risks. Resource allocation for innovation. Leaders need to ensure that there are sufficient resources allocated for innovation. This includes time, funding, training, and access to tools and technology. Networking and partnerships. Building networks and partnerships can facilitate the exchange of ideas and resources, leading to more innovative outcomes. This could involve collaboration with other organizations, academic institutions, or research bodies. Balancing creativity and practicality. While creativity is vital, it needs to be balanced with practicality. Innovative ideas should be feasible and align with organizations' goals and resources. Recognition and reward. Recognizing and rewarding creative efforts. and innovations can motivate individuals and teams to continue pushing boundaries. This can be in the form of financial rewards, public acknowledgement, or opportunities for further development. Adaptability and flexibility. The ability to adapt and remain flexible is crucial for innovation. As new information or technologies emerge, leaders must be willing to adjust their strategies and approaches. F. Ethical and responsible decision making. They should adhere to high ethical standards and make decisions that consider the broader impact on global communities and environments. Ethical decision-making is crucial for leaders, involving principles like honesty, integrity, fairness, respect, and transparency. It requires considering the wider impact of decisions on stakeholders, including employees, customers, communities, and the environment. Cultural sensitivity is key. Respecting diverse norms and values without imposing inappropriate standards. Transparency and accountability are essential, as leaders must communicate openly and admit mistakes. Engaging with various stakeholders, including marginalized groups, informs balanced decisions. Sustainability and environmental stewardship are vital. Minimizing negative ecological impacts. Social responsibility extends to community engagement. And ethical labor practices. While legal compliance is basic, ethical leadership often exceeds these standards. Balancing profitability with ethical considerations is necessary. Avoiding comprising ethics for profit. Leaders should balance global and local perspectives. Understanding local context and global implications. Ethical frameworks can guide decision-making, evaluating different aspects and consequences. Creating an ethical organizational culture leading by example is fundamental. Managing conflicts of interest ensures professional decisions are unbiased. Promoting inclusivity and diversity ensures equal opportunities and treatment. Continuous ethical education and open dialogues about ethics are important for evolving understanding. Supporting whistleblowing and ethical reporting mechanisms allow safe reporting of unethical practice. In crisis or ethical dilemmas, adhering to ethical principles is crucial, even in tough decisions. Ethical leadership builds trust and integrity, benefiting both the organization and the global community.
Globalization has not only shaped the economic, political, legal, and technological landscapes of societies, it has also had an enormous impact on culture and how cultures interact with one another. Think about what you've done in the past 24 hours, what kind of food you've eaten, which TV shows or movies you've watched, who's produced the music you've listened to, the slang that you've used in conversation. Chances are a large proportion of the cultural choices you make in everyday life are a direct result of globalization. International travel, immigration, and the ever-expanding accessibility of the internet means that now more than ever, ideas, values, ideologies, and forms of artistic expression and cultural practice are readily transmitted across the national and cultural borders. Theoretically, these cultural flows go both ways. However, the process of cultural globalization has been criticized for being relatively unilateral in practice. Critics of globalization argue that just as trade between nations isn't truly free and equal under neoliberalism because of existing political and economic imbalances, the nature of the cultural exchange that occurs is also heavily impacted by the same unequal dynamic. They contend that the result of these relationships is not a fair and equal cultural exchange, but cultural imperialism, where a small minority of powerful political and corporate entities, predominantly from the West, impose ideas, values, and modes of cultural expression onto the rest of the world. Western nations and large transnational corporations based in them are able to do this because they have the economic means necessary to produce a majority of the world's cultural media, including advertising and entertainment. This then allows them to exert a significant cultural influence over other, less economically powerful countries. Proponents of this critique contend that not only do Western nations export their cultural products, but in doing so also impose their own values and ideologies onto other nations. These extend from political beliefs, legal principles, and ethical doctrines to beauty standards, education and work, and attitudes towards health and medicine. Sociologist George Ritz's work on the McDonaldization of society provides us with some important insights into how this works in practice. According to Ritzer, the presence of McDonald's restaurants in almost every country in the world is significant because McDonald's operational structure represents a specific type of social organization. He contends that McDonald's promotes a bureaucratic and rational approach to life that favours efficiency and control over creativity and imagination, and that they sell this way of thinking the world over alongside their burgers and fries. Importantly, like McDonald's, many of the most popular cultural products exported the world over have their roots in the United States of America. In the context of globalization, there's little doubt that America has been one of the key nations to export aspects of its culture in the form of fast food and coffee outlets, popular music, and reality TV shows to other parts of the world. Examples of American cultural imperialism include brand name products, mass-produced food, and perhaps of primary importance, media and entertainment. Hollywood films and Coca-Cola don't simply provide a product to sell to overseas markets. They sell a lifestyle and a specific way of seeing the world, which is ultimately grounded in American culture. It's not surprising then that one of the most common critiques of globalization is that it's led to the Americanization of the world. Proponents of this theory argue that globalization is responsible for upholding rather than challenging American cultural hegemony. This in turn leads to cultural homogenization and standardization as people begin to forgo diverse localized cultural practices in favor of the dominant modes of Western expression. At face value, it may be easy to agree with the Americanization thesis. Revisit your earlier assessment of the cultural products that you consume throughout your day. A large proportion of them probably originated in America or have at the very least been influenced by American culture. Popular American holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving have also started to creep into the cultural milieu in various countries around the world as more and more people celebrate American holidays every year. However, Indian social anthropologist and sociologist Ajahn Appadurai contends that globalization should not be thought of as cultural imperialism, but that consideration should also be given to the forms of cultural hybridity and heterogeneity that emerge from globalization. Appadurai suggests that all societies and cultures adopt aspects of globalization in different ways and at different speeds, and so that rather than having a unifying impact on them, globalization manifests itself differently in every society. In Appadurai's thesis, media and migration are the most important factors to influence the global cultural changes we're seeing today. However, the impact of these factors on nations depends on a number of other considerations, such as the political stability of the state, the strength of the national economy, and the durability of existing cultural traditions. In other words, he doesn't deny that globalization affects and shapes cultures, but he also doesn't believe that the result is an Americanization of all cultures. Appadurai argues instead that cultural identities are becoming less constrained by geographical space or nationality, and as a result, new and hybridized cultural identities are emerging. This leads to greater cultural heterogeneity in some respects and homogeneity in others. What do you think? Does globalization lead to greater cultural homogeneity or cultural hybridity? What are some examples of each? In summary, I talked first about how the process of cultural globalization has been criticized for being unilateral in practice, leading to cultural imperialism and cultural homogeneity. Second, some theorists refer to this as Americanization and point to the hegemony of American culture throughout the globe. Third, in contrast, scholars like Ajahn Appadurai argue for a more nuanced view of globalization and argue that consideration should also be given to the forms of cultural hybridity and heterogeneity that emerge from globalization.